The van rolled through the mountain pass as dust bled into the horizon. Pines stretched like black spires against a bruised sky, their tips trembling under a restless wind. Inside the van, four friends, Lena, Marcus, Drew, and Sarah, laughed nervously as they replayed the plan. They were environmental vloggers, chasing viral fame through eco-truths, illegal deforestation exposés, abandoned wildlife zones, ghosted ranger stations. Their next subject, Blackwood Forest, a restricted area closed since 1998 after a wildfire that reportedly erased a whole ranger outpost. The deeper they drove, the worse the silence became. Even the radio hissed static. Marcus muttered, "Feels like the woods are listening." When they arrived at the barricaded path, a weather-worn sign read, U.S. Forestry Service, no entry. Area under restoration. Lena smirked. Perfect. The creepier, the better. Her camera light blinked red. Recording began. They pitched their tents beneath towering Douglas firs, the air heavy with cedar and rot. Sarah set up her drone to capture overhead shots. The forest canopy swallowed the machine as it buzzed upward, and within seconds, the signal cut out. Static. Then, a faint whisper. At first, it sounded like wind. But when played back through the drone's mic, words emerged, soft, broken syllables. Leave this place. Marcus frowned. Could be an echo from the wind tunnel. Drew shook his head. Wind doesn't speak English. That night, the forest stayed unnaturally still. No insects, no owls, not even a rustle. Lena woke at 2:47 a.m. to a faint knocking sound, 3 taps against the side of her tent. When she unzipped the flap, nothing. Just trees, motionless as statues. But in the morning, 3 muddy handprints streaked across the canvas, small, almost childlike. By midday, the group found the drone, lodged high in a tree, lens cracked, propellers twisted. Lena connected its SD card to her laptop. The footage showed what it recorded before signal loss. The forest from above. The circle of their tents. And something else, a dark ring of dead trees, perfectly round, near the old ranger outpost. At the center of that circle, the soil pulsed, as if breathing. Must be some kind of underground gas, Drew suggested. But when Lena zoomed in, faint human outlines appeared in the shadows, dozens of figures, standing still among the pines, their faces half-formed, moss-covered. The camera cut to black. That night, the whispers came back, louder. They didn't drift this time, they circled the camp, weaving through the trees like a chorus of invisible voices. You take, we take back. Roots remember. Sarah screamed when she realized her sleeping bag was filled with soil. They found the ranger outpost the next morning, half buried in ivy and moss, windows shattered, roof collapsed. Inside, the air smelled of burnt wood and old metal. On one wall, someone had carved a message with a hunting knife. The forest keeps what it grows. Lena's camera captured every angle. In a back room, Marcus discovered a decayed ranger uniform, still clutching a radio. When he twisted the knob, a burst of static filled the air, followed by a voice that wasn't theirs. Do not dig. Do not cut. The forest is awake. Suddenly, every tree outside shivered. The sound of branches cracking echoed around them, like footsteps circling the outpost. Then came the scream. Drew was gone. 1 second he stood by the door, the next, pulled violently backward into the underbrush. The camera caught only a blur, a root snapping from the ground like a whip, coiling around his leg. They ran. The forest seemed to close behind them, trunks bending as if drawn by gravity. The air thickened, every breath tasted like ash and damp moss. When they stopped to catch their breath, they found themselves in the dead circle from the drone footage. The ground pulsed underfoot, warm and soft. Sarah's voice trembled. It's alive. Then the soil split open. Underneath were faces, human faces, half buried, eyes wide but unmoving. Roots grew through their mouths, weaving into the earth. Marcus vomited. Lena filmed, her hands shaking. The footage blurred with motion, but the audio caught one clear sound, a deep, guttural heartbeat. Thump. 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 Each beat shook the trees around them. The whispers rose again, now angry, no longer human. The forest remembers the fire. It remembers the blood. Flames flickered at the edge of the clearing, though nothing burned. Only Lena's camera was found, recovered by rescue teams months later. The footage ends with her face, pale and streaked with mud, whispering into the lens. We didn't come to hurt it, we came to tell the truth. But it heard us. It's still hearing. Behind her, the trees bent inward, forming a spiral. The wind hissed words not meant for human ears. You filmed our pain. Now you'll grow with us. The final seconds show Lena's camera falling, her scream fading into a chorus of whispers. The lens captures the forest floor moving, roots wrapping around the camera like fingers. Static. Then, silence. When authorities reviewed the footage, they dismissed it as tampered. But the recovery team that entered Blackwood Forest to retrieve the equipment never returned. And at the site where the tents once stood, new saplings have grown, each shaped like a human silhouette, bent toward the sky, mouths open as if still whispering. Epilogue: the locals avoid the forest now. They say when the wind is right, you can still hear laughter, distorted, metallic, like an echo from a recording. And if you stand too close to the old Ranger Road after midnight, the pines might lean just slightly toward you to whisper back.